Alright, we won the die roll, which is probably exactly what this deck wants, so let's play first. What's a good size? This seems fine. This seems like a totally reasonable 7. I will lead on a mountain, on the off chance I draw exactly the card Mardu Scout. I did not draw exactly the card Mardu Scout. I think I'm going to hold off on the Shield Bearer here. I think I'm going to wait and Megamorph it. That is a good card. That's a very good card. Oh, there's the Mardu Scout. Alright, we are going to go ahead and Megamorph. Can't actually trade for the Bloodchin Rager even if I wanted to, but I actually don't. I have no blocks I can make. And here comes Hero's Blade. It's not a great card. Right. So here, I believe I just want to cast Mardu Scout and go for 2. I don't like dashing it really, because I wouldn't mind having a target if I want to flip this up next turn. Although, in all likelihood, my next turn's play is going to be Elkherd, Stampeding Elkherd. But that will depend on our draws. And I feel like getting the Mardu Scout on board is probably better here than dashing it. Especially because I can still leave up Tread Upon. Well, I could leave up Tread Upon either way, but... There's no blocks I can make here. Interesting that he didn't equip. If he has a legendary, you know, that could put me in a spot of bother. Obviously can't block. Champion of Arishin is a pretty good thing to equip with a Hero's Blade. That's interesting. So that would be a 6/4 with lifelink. That can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Oh dear. Can I race that? The 2-turn clock with him gaining... No, I definitely can't race that. Okay. I think I want to play Elkherd here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. If he suits up the champion and goes at me... If he suits up the champion, then I will probably take the hit from it and double block the Bloodchin Rager with the Stampeding Elk and the Mardu Scout. Although I could get the champion off the table and deal with a bunch of his mana as well. Okay, that's a good sign for me. So if he's not doing anything else with his mana, he should obviously equip. Reach or shadows the elk. Alright, nothing I can do about that. So here... I'm going to cast Epic Confrontation. I'm just trying to figure out how best to do this. But I am going to cast Epic Confrontation. I'm going to Epic Confrontation, fighting the Megamorph off of the champion, so it'll be a 3-4, so it'll have 3 damage marked on it. And then I'm going to attack with both Tread Upon on either of them gets through the Bludgeon Rager surviving, and then Formless Nurturing to follow if I don't have to use the Tread Upon. He does gain a bit of life that way, but at least I dealt with the champion. Yep, no blocks, okay. And then I will Formless Nurturing. And we hit him out. Which I'm totally fine with, I'd rather not draw it. Rather not draw it. So we can swing for 10 next turn, 12 if we use the Tread Upon, by Megamorphing this. Become a 3-2, make something else into... Oh, that's awkward. I don't regret playing the Formless Nurturing. I think that's probably better than playing the... than leaving up the Megamorph, but it's kind of frustrating that if that was face up, it wouldn't have... The defeat wouldn't have dealt with it. Okay. No problems there. Come on in. Still have Tread Upon to hopefully get through whatever he plays. Black-White Warriors, huh? Not too shabby. Alright, I'm just going in with both. Six damage versus 4 damage is a race I'm fine with, even if he equips. Oh, if he equips, I don't actually... Oh, yeah, I do know. Never mind. So I get to Tread Upon my Mardu Scout. It will become a 5-3, yeah, and get through the Skirmisher. Okay. Not going to play this land, no reason to really. So now equipping the Hero's Blade does not swing the race in his favour. This thing's just really clunky. 4 to equip is a lot. So if he suits it up here and swings, hits me for 5. Okay, so he's still swinging here. This is interesting. He might have some sort of big play here, which that could be scary. What are we looking at? Gurmag Angler, that's large. That is large. I'll give him that. Roast here would be a great draw. Caligan Aspirant is not so much. Here, suiting up the Bludgeon Rager actually makes a bit of sense. Yeah. I think I have to double block that Gurmag. I can't take 10 here, can I? Because the problem is, I only swing back for 8. Which is not enough to close the game. I'm sitting here thinking, could I have dashed that Mardu Scout at some point, gotten a bit of extra damage in, but I don't think so. I think playing it the way I did maximised the value I could have gotten out of it. So what do we want to do here? Oh! Okay. So he was fearing the extra 1 damage. So I just have to pray he doesn't have a removal spell for this, because this is going to be active. It's going to have First Strike and Trample. And that's going to hold back both of these. Which is sweet. Until I draw a way to push through some damage. Or obviously he draws a kill spell and that is the game. Didn't draw any press, or didn't draft any Presley advantage. Those would have been nice to have. That's a good card. He does not actually have it active though, which is interesting. Although I feel like he's about to. Yeah, there we go. So now these will trade with each other. All of his creatures are warriors as well, which means that Bloodshin Rager is very scary, and I am flooding just a tad. Nothing really to be done about that, but I am in a bit of trouble. He still can't swing with the team. I go block here, double block these two on the Bloodshin Rager. He hits me for 6, but loses most of his advantage. He also doesn't know what my manifest is, which could be scaring him a little bit. Although at this point, I think you have to assume it's a land. Now all his warriors have vigilance. He's getting to just a critical mass of stuff. I would really like to draw a roast. I'd like to deal with that Bloodshin Rager. Interesting. Oh, I see. Yeah, that is scary. Oh, it has to be double blocked. Which means I'm losing 2 things. That is backbreaking. Is there a way to get around doing that? Because my thinking is... Yeah, I can't just take 6 here because he can just do that again next turn, or just swing with the team. Although I'm probably dead to a swing with the team next turn anyway. Need a hell of a draw here, guys. Temur Battle Rage would have been useful. Possibly. Okay, we might be able to make something out of that, though. The defensive Temur Battle Rage is not something I'm a huge fan of. But it might be necessary. Now. Am I just dead? Ah, that's interesting. Okay, so I feel like he's given me an opportunity here. What I'm in fact going to do... This feels like my best way to get out of this. I'm going to double block this, take the 8. Not attacking with the Gurmag Angler was an interesting choice here because it lets me do this now. And then I'm going to give the Mardu Scout double strike. Now if he has a kill spell in response, I'm very sad. But this feels like the best line to get me out of this. Now why is he ordering them like that? Unless he has... Coat with him. +1/+2. Okay, so that's probably game. There's no point using the Battle Rage here, it doesn't actually do anything. So the idea there was the Mardu Scout would eat the Bloodchin Rager, we'd go to 4, but then our creatures, we'd have both our creatures and they could block individually again. And now I don't believe there's anything I can draw that will get me out of this. Yeah, okay, especially when I meant it. On to game 2, and some sideboarding perhaps. Didn't see any flyers. So a lot of, I mean, warriors, just low drop warriors. Formless Nurturing actually seems okay here. I think it might be better than Mardu Scout in this matchup. Like, I feel like having some 3/3s, although I do really want 4-power things. The game went long there, but that feels unusual. I'm actually going to bring in the Scavenger over a Mardu Scout and see how that goes. Just my thinking being anything big enough to block his little warriors would be good. The Bolster 2 seems very relevant in this matchup since he had a lot of 2/2s and 3/2s. I just really don't want to see turn 2 Bloodchin Rager again, and if I do, I'd like to draw a way to kill it. Maybe targeting the Champion of Arishan with the Epic Confrontation was just totally incorrect. You know what? Now I look back, targeting the Champion of Arishan was entirely incorrect. I should have been going after the Bloodchin Rager, because that's what eventually won in the game. I just underestimated how powerful that card was going to be. I would like to play first. This is a hand I'm fine with keeping. A lot of early interaction, an early blocker. Totally fine with this. Gonna leave on a forest. Sorry, I'm being very slow with the client because I don't have my my usual shortcut set up. I'll do it after this match. Sure. Battle Brawler. We're just going to go straight for the Yearling here. Tail Slash can deal with the Brawler. Self-inflict. Oh, brutal. Because now we don't actually have a creature for Tail Slash. So we need to draw either a creature or a land, and we need to do it quite fast. Okay. It's not ideal. I think I might just burn a Roast here. Is that correct? No, I don't actually think that is. I think the Roast is more valuable than 2 life. Yeah, I'll just take a hit here. Because an Elkerd coming down kind of blanks the Battle Brawler. Here's Blade again. Battle Rage plus Elkerd is a big game. could be a Reach of Shadows here. That would be pretty bad for us. Yeah, okay. I think if I don't draw a creature, I'm just definitely going to roast that thing at this stage. It's just done enough damage to me. Then he won't have a target for his Hero's Blade. Okay, this is ever so slightly awkward. The reason this is ever so slightly awkward is if I want to Tail Slash this turn, I can't Megamorph the Shield Bearer. I can do it if I roast, however. I think that's actually the play I'm going to make. Yeah, I'm going to give that a go. That feels awkward though. I could definitely be talked into the other play. Playing it face up and then immediately Tail Slashing. Typhoid Rats is fine. Any creature here is actually a fine draw. Now that doesn't make any sense to me. Why would... he's holding something up. It's almost certainly another Reach of Shadows. Because otherwise he would have just equipped the Hero's Blade. There's no earthly reason not to. So I'm actually just going to pass here with Tail Slash up. I don't know why you wouldn't equip Hero's Blade there. Okay, that's a good card. That is a very good card. Yeah, okay. Man, we're just kind of bricking here, which is unfortunate. Just drawing a lot of lands. I suppose it's not a mad amount of lands to draw, but we're only playing 17. So here what I'm going to do is respond with a Tail Slash. It's still a 1-for-1 and it cost him 4 mana as well. The equip activation fizzles. Man, now I'll admit, this is a situation where I'd be much happier to have a Segmented Crotic. There's nothing I can do about it if he equips the Hero's Blade and attacks next turn, so I'm actually just going to attack with my guy here. Although, I'm still not going to Megamorph it. The 1 point of damage is not worth giving up the value to me. Now, I can surprise him with 10 points of damage out of nowhere at some stage with a combination of morphing this, Tretapon, and Battle Rage. That's the plan, anyway. Because he's got me on a 3-turn clock. I very much need to draw a creature. That's kind of all there is to it. Almost all of the creatures in my deck are good draws here. But we just haven't been drawing them. We've just been drawing lands. Oh, that's frustrating to me, really. Like, I don't want to 2-for-1 myself here. I don't want to go block, tread upon. And I also don't want to go block, tread upon, team, or battle rage, because that's still a 2-for-1. And also, trading for this is, like, he gets another card back. It's sort of a 3-for-1. It's just not something I want to be doing. Very much need to draw a creature. This is incredibly frustrating. I'm going to make another attack. That is technically something. Okay, now I am going to flip. Ah. Well, yeah, that'll happen. Okay. So that was a disappointing match. We drew poorly in the second game. I definitely misplayed in the first game, but I mean, like, we're staring at 9 lands. It's just tough, that's all. Let's hope we have a better match next time in round 2.